This TikToker just filmed himself committing a crime, and this was his reason.
Why I'm a pimp.
Well, then he got hit with 3 decades in prison.
So trying to tell me leave alone? On social media, it's trying to tell me leave money alone. Cedric Dorsey painted himself as a pimp.
Why I'm a pimp.
With money, swagger, and influence.
SCCC 333.
But investigators say his lifestyle was built by forced work, as Dorsey trafficked a woman into in Seattle, Bellevue, Kent, and Las Vegas.
So meet Cedric, aka CCC Cash Chasing Set, a guy who literally documented his own downfall by flexing his crimes online as they were accomplishments. Because what better way to get locked up than posting proof of your felonies with the confidence of being like some sort of like 2016 SoundCloud rapper. But this whole situation started with what it looks like to be a domestic violence call in April of 2024. Bellevue police responded to an apartment in the Factoria neighborhood and found a woman who had fled the scene with some help from construction workers. A smart move, because once officers got her side of the story, the red flags started waving.
They listened to what that victim was telling them and realized things weren't just adding up for her and what she was saying, and that she was in a very dangerous situation.
Bellevue Police Major Ellen Inman says patrol officers noticed signs of trafficking and called detectives.
When you ask them questions, they're answering repeatedly in these kind of scripted or answers that sound like they're rehearsed.
It turns out the victim wasn't just Dorsey's girlfriend, he was her trafficker. According to the victim, Dorsey booked hotel rooms for her across multiple cities: Seattle, Bellevue, Kent, SeaTac, Renton, and Las Vegas, and had her perform SW to line his own pockets. Then on top of that, he coached her how to spot cops. Because here they say for a large percentage of, I guess, the dates, Dorsey required her to obtain a deposit from the buyer to verify they were not law enforcement. And like many others from this industry, he kept a tight control of every move. And if she stepped out of line, he allegedly beat her repeatedly. So bad at one point that he hurt her face so badly that she had to be hospitalized. And while she was being forced to work for him, he was online showing off the stacks of cash and posting videos bragging, saying things like, "I really take care of my biddies, you know," or "Oh yeah, pimpin', that's how it goes." Sir, you handed the prosecution evidence on a silver platter. Dorsey's online persona, CCC, Cash Chasing Cod, was basically the prosecution's best witness. Photos showed of him in a Versace robe, wearing flashy jewelry, and posing with illegal firearms, including an AK-47. And he kept referring to himself as pimpish. So Bellevue PD Mayor Ellen Imnan had no problem using all of this against him, saying, and quote, "If you advertise it and make it available for us to use in our investigation, then that's what we'll do." And that's exactly what they did.
When they served the search warrant on his premise, they recovered $12,000 in cash, along with those 3 firearms, one of which was stolen, and a banned firearm.
King County prosecutors hit Dorsey with charges of human trafficking, promoting and unlawful possession of a firearm.
We see very significant violence, strangulation, beatings, assaults.
Prosecutor Brayla McGinnis tried Dorsey's case where his own social media posts were used as evidence, including this one about the 304 oath, where prostitutes promise not to cooperate with police and say they aren't victims.
Dude, this has to be one of the biggest cases of just plain stupid that I've seen in a long time. Obviously, he's a disgusting guy, but aside from that, why would you ever post the SW oath to your timeline while you are actively in this illegal business? And on May 2nd, 2024, Bellevue PD rolled up with a SWAT team to execute a search warrant. Dorsey initially refused to come out, but probably realized that wearing a designer robe wouldn't stop bullets. And after the police brought out his mom, he finally surrendered. So when they went into his apartment, what did they find? $12,000 in cash, 3 guns, multiple of them being illegal, and 1 stolen and illegal AK-47. And I feel like the part I can't fully wrap my head around is the trend of just straight up snitching on yourself online. Obviously, this isn't just Cedric being reckless. This is a whole genre. We've been covering this on this channel for a long time now, and it doesn't seem like this is gonna end anytime soon. We've got scammers filming themselves with stacks of cash. You have pranksters admitting to fault on video mid-lawsuit, and now you have pimps in Versace robes posting up with illegal AK-47s for Instagram. It's just clout has completely overridden basic survival instincts. These dudes would rather go viral for a day than stay free for a whole decade. This guy Cedric didn't just document his crimes, he produced the evidence, he curated it, he captioned it, and the kicker is, he really thought no one was going to use it against him. Because, or else, why would he ever post this? This dude was literally flexing his human trafficking operation on the internet and talking about it like it was some like business side hustle. Like bragging about like she came back with 1,000. Like, dude, that's not a punchline. That's evidence.
Bitches is intimidated to me, you feel me? Because I got standards and I got expectations. Not like the you feel me out? Not like you feel me out? Because I really take care of my right, you know, and I really, you know, put them first, man, you know, because they put this pimping first, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like, really pimping or, you dig what I'm saying? You know what I did last night? Yeah. I ate baked chicken, you dig what I'm saying? Stuffed potatoes, you dig what I'm saying? And with salad with cucumbers in there. And you know what I did? I went to sleep and gave my dame the keys and told her, go give me some money. You dig what I'm saying? So she was down for like 6 hours, you hear what I'm saying? And yeah, she came back with 1,000. Yeah, pimpin'. Yeah, that's how it goes down, man. You know, if she's going to continue making some progression, because she's going to continue living with the purpose. And the purpose is chatty, baby.
Also, shout out to 15 Minutes of Shame for finding that clip. But all I know is that for sure was played out on that like rolly TV in the courtroom. And the prosecution just had to like read it out loud, line by line, to just translate that for the court. I can just like imagine the prosecution saying, hey, Mr. Dorsey, did you or did you not say the purpose is cheddar, baby? That's just funny saying. You know what? You don't even have to answer it. Here's you saying it. Crazy. I mean, Batman's job would have just been a whole lot easier if he just had to go to Instagram to find what criminals were up to instead of skipping around in a cape in the middle of the night. But what we're witnessing here is essentially the social media version of waving at a cop while holding a stolen TV. So let's break down the charges, because this guy had a whole arsenal, thousands in dirty money, and a full content strategy dedicated to self-incrimination, because this guy is an absolute genius. And in court, the jury was not confused, because Dorsey was found guilty on all of the following: human trafficking in the 2nd degree, promoting prostitution in the 1st degree, unlawful possession of a firearm in the 1st degree, and it gets worse because 2 of those charges came from a mandatory 60-month firearm enhancements, meaning 5 extra years tacked on just for having guns while committing these felonies. And we're no longer speculating what he's going to get, because as of a month ago, he was charged.
After being found guilty at trial this spring, Dorsey is now starting a 35-year prison sentence.
We were able to take a very dangerous criminal off the street and hold him accountable for his actions.
So altogether, this guy got 35 years in state prison, plus community custody afterwards. So Dorsey got 35 years to think all of this over. That's 3.5 decades of hard reflection and 0 Instagram likes. A skill issue, and he has nobody but himself to blame. I think this is all just an indictment of stupidity wrapped up in cruelty. Like, his downfall wasn't just inevitable, it was practically live streamed. Social media didn't just expose him, it built up his ego and handed law enforcement all the receipts on a silver platter. But hey, feel free to subscribe if you're new here, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I went to sleep and gave my dame the keys and told her, go give me some money. You dig what I'm saying? So she was down for like 6 hours, you hear what I'm saying? And yeah, she came back with 1,000. Yeah, pimpin'. Yeah, that's how it goes down, man. You know, if she's going to continue making some progression, because she's going to continue living with the purpose. And the purpose is chatty, baby.